Good evening and happy Veterans Day to all those that served. We are here for the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. John Hickman, John Campbell, live from Victory Mattress Outlet, streaming on thegospelstation.com, sports and talk, also on Facebook Live. I know we have some watchers, viewers on Facebook Live. That's where you can get the video. We're audio only on thegospelstation.com. But however you have found us, we're glad that you've tuned in this evening. John Hickman, John Campbell, we've been presenting Bethany Broncos sports, specifically football, all season. We've wrapped up the regular season, and we're heading into playoffs. The first round of the playoffs this Friday night at Elgin. Before we get into how we got there and the first round of the playoffs, we're going to let you know we're at Victory Mattress Outlet. That's Northwest Expressway and Rockwell. They've got a huge special going on from Veterans Day. So this whole week, if you are a veteran, one, you get 10% discount. Two, you get they'll pay for your sales tax. And three, you get a free pillow, $25 pillow, just for showing up. You don't even have to buy anything. But if you come here and don't lie, but you are honest about being a veteran, $25 pillow going home with you for free. Pretty impressive stuff. So, John, hello. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Been a busy season for you, huh? Well, we got some special guests, but tell the people about Friday night. I mean, how could you sum up Friday night at Medill?
I mean, I think Friday night was they did everything they needed to do. They beat them in every I don't even know if they got past the 50, did they?
No, they didn't.
Y'all held them. I mean, it was like y'all were playing a 5th grade team.
Ooh,
I mean, y'all really beat them.
Wow. Well, it was a blowout. It was such a big blowout that even some of the freshmen got into the game. We've got one of them with us. We've got Noah Mars. We've got Eli Mars, the brothers, the duo in the building. Also, we've got our sports director, Luke. Luke, do we have a good shot? This is the money makers over here. We're going to make sure the Mars brothers are on camera. I'm telling you, around school, all the ladies, they're just talking about the Mars brothers coming in from Piedmont. A lot of them are... You know, it's not all good, by the way. They're saying the Mars brothers stink. That's what they're saying. But either way, we're glad that you're here. This is Eli Jr., right?
Yep,
I mean, we've got one more year coming, and then we've got the freshman, Noah.
Yes,
so, Noah, before we get to you, we'll start with Eli because you're the older brother, so you get the first questions. You know, John was just talking about, hey, we did things right Friday night against Medill. Going into that game, we all knew that it didn't count in the standings. Medill had a forfeit earlier, so all the district games were kind of wiped away. It didn't really mean much, but the team acted like it did. So what were you going into this game goal-wise trying to accomplish?
I think we really wanted to go in there and set an example for Elgin to see us on film, just going 100%, giving it all we got, just to beat the crap out of them and show them all of that on film.
Hey, watch the language. I know this is a football program, but I mean, we got to watch that. I'm just kidding. All right, so I did have a question about that because I was wondering, were we trying to show some things on film for Elgin, or were we trying to hide things from Elgin? Like we could have maybe pulled out some trick plays and things like that because the game didn't really matter. So is there a combination of both, or was it more like, let's just show them we're clicking right now?
Yeah, we really just wanted to show them what we're going to do and how we're going to beat them.
Oh, okay.
And put it all on film for them to see and can't do anything about it.
I like it. Our Elgin audience is fuming right now.
So, no, we were really impressed with how you played. Well, we were hoping for a Mars-to-Mars touchdown, but it didn't look like y'all really got to play together.
Yes, sir. I toss him the ball. He goes negative. He doesn't like to break tackles, I guess. I don't know what to say.
Kind of put him in a tough spot, though, right?
Yeah, that's a bad toss.
I mean, right in the breadbasket. That's all you can ask for.
So Noah, keep the mic just for a second. So Noah's a southpaw coming in. This is your first year in Bethany School District, and tell us about JV. Are you getting to play much on the JV side of things?
Yeah, I'm starting on JV and have a couple touchdowns to my name.
Okay, and how did the JV team do this season?
We did
Y'all won 2 games? 2 games?
Yeah, something like that. We did pretty good. I was happy with how we played.
Okay. Now, Eli, also your first year here, and I will say we brought some mojo for you. The first time you were on the show, the very next game you score a touchdown, your first catch of the season, and it was a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then I talked to you pregame before.
Hera.
Was it Hera? And then you
Hera.
get the pick six, you score again. I mean, I'm expecting big things on Friday night. Did you come on purpose knowing it's going to translate to Friday night?
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm just hoping for a couple receptions. So that's what I'll get at.
Yeah. Well, look, we hope that we got a really good competitive game and Noah doesn't have to touch the field. I mean, that would be great for sure, unless we're just killing the Owls. But next year, is it going to be more irritating to play with him, or are you kind of looking forward to that?
I'm definitely looking forward to it. That's really one of the main reasons why I came here to play with my little brother. So,
Little brother, too.
I'm not looking forward to it, but it's okay.
So you've been playing a lot on defense too, and
Yeah.
you've really done great on kind of shutting it down. We've kind of talked a little bit about this with some of the other players, but I'm kind of curious what you think, because y'all had about 15 quarters there in a row where it was hard for y'all to stop anybody, and then in that Tecumseh game, after the first quarter, it changed.
Yeah.
What happened?
I guess we just weren't. We just needed 11 guys doing the right thing, and we had 10 out of 11 guys doing the right thing, and that one guy just messed us up, and that's where they hit it. So we just needed 11 guys doing the 11 right things.
Was it anybody stepping up, just saying, "Hey, we've got to do this," or was it just everybody finally coming together and was like, "All right, let's"?
Yeah, I think it was the second option. Everybody was just stepping up and being like, "We're not going to let Tecumseh beat us. Let's go play."
So down 20-7 in that game. We've been with the team obviously all season. Some of the guys, they're laughing over here. We got a couple guests coming up here in a minute. Brick Brady already joking around. Ozzie Brown. Hate to say it, I think they're passing gas over there. But Eli, so it's the Tecumseh game. We've been with the team, and we've kind of had a little rough stretch there, and then down 20-7 against Tecumseh, and I'm thinking this is not going our way. And then, as John mentioned, everything kind of changed from that point on. But as you in that moment, was it all optimism, or were you even a little nervous?
I was definitely nervous. I mean, we were down 20-7. Everybody has to step up and make a play. But once we got 11 guys doing 11 right things, I think that everything started to click, and they didn't score again. So
The other thing I wanted to ask you about is the pick six you got against Tara.
Mm-hmm.
That was, amazing too. But was there even a thought like, let me let him catch it and get the safety and then get the ball back?
Yeah, so I figured out what their pop screen, their play was. It's called money. They call it money, which is green for us. And I was like, I told the corner that I was in, I told him, you just take, if they run a go, you just take it and I'll jump it. But I really didn't even think about getting the safety to get us the ball back. But
it was still awesome. It was a great play.
Yeah. If you missed that game, we were clawing back to try and sneak out a victory against Hera. And even though Eli scored that pick six, it kind of hurt us in a way. Not in a way, because if we get the safety, we automatically get the ball back. Instead, we had to try an onside kick. But it just was right to you. You read it perfectly. You brought up that you told the corner. Who was next to you?
it was Deacon.
Okay, so Deacon in the game. How? What's Deacon? Yeah. Okay. So Deacon's in with you, and did the coaches kind of prep you for this, or you just said, "Hey, I know what's coming. If it's the go, you take it. I'm going to go get this thing."
Yeah, it was just kind of they just ran against us all game, and
yes,
I was
kind of
sick of it, and I knew they were going to run, so figured I'd just go get me one.
Now they were calling it money. Did you hear the call, or how did you know? So they were doing this, and you knew, which for our Facebook Live, you see it's kind of, they rub your fingers together like money. Gotcha. I had to say that for our streaming folks.
No, I gotcha.
You got it. All right, go ahead, John. You look like you were about to say something.
I was just listening.
Okay, Noah, I want to go to you real quick. Whoa, with the big eyes, Noah. When you are on the way to Medill, you got to be thinking, hey, I'm going to play this game. Do you prep any different, or were you more nervous, or were you just excited to get in there?
I was definitely just excited. Got a varsity touchdown, so that was pretty fun.
Let's talk through that real quick. A little quarterback run where you, in fact, Seth Griner was in the booth with us, and he called us. He said, Noah's running to the right. You take off. You get kind of stood up at that goal line. I think some of the offensive linemen maybe kind of help push you in. Who really gets credit for that? Tell us the play in your own words. What happened?
Well, we're in White Xavier, and I run to the edge, run the skip. I get set at the 1 yard line. I get stopped, and I just spun off, and someone behind me just pulled me in.
Yeah. You don't even know who it was?
No, I was too excited.
We need to watch the film of that, figure out who that was. That was big time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you owe that one I don't know what you'd give him,
a cookie.
A cookie. That would be nice. You should do that. That's really cool. So you look pretty pumped for that too.
Was definitely very excited.
Well, I guess was family there watching the game?
Yeah, I think our parents were.
You think? What is going on with you? You don't even know? Eli, were your parents there?
Yes, they were there. My mom and dad were there.
Okay, you love them more than Noah does, I guess.
It was a good crowd for going all the way down to Medill.
Yeah, it really was.
So, Noah, who is the receiver you throw to the most in JV?
Definitely Cruz and then Colin.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How many touchdowns did you throw this year?
12.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, how many INTs?
0.
Okay, wait, we can't be live. We got fact checkers.
5, I think.
4 or 5.
12 and 5 is not bad. Do you have any rushing touchdowns?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
Dang.
Probably around 4 or 5. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
carrying the load there.
Yes, sir.
That's really nice. Big game, Eli. Playoff game against the defending state champs. This whole culture thing's new to you for Bethany. First year here, going into playoffs. Last year's team went to the state semifinals, lost to Tuttle. Dream's still out there, but you've been very confident as we started this interview that you're taking down Elgin. We did have a scrimmage with them. Got to see them a little bit. So is this just football speak, or how are you feeling going into this game?
Yeah, I mean, going back to our scrimmage, we didn't let them score once, and they didn't score on us. Oh, and we didn't score on them either. So, we'll just have to see what our game plan's looking really good. They really like to run the ball a lot, and they have a 2,000-yard rusher. So we just have to make sure that we wrap up, we finish our tackles, and we're just in the right place at the right time.
On the offensive side, as the receiver, is there some weaknesses that you see on their defense that you can kind of infiltrate, I guess?
Yeah, whenever we call salad or soldier, they like to rush their outside linebackers. So we put in a hot slant to Breck, and he's gonna get the ball a couple times on that.
Okay. Now, we'll have to ask Breck this. We noticed a lot of teams have been double-teaming him. They've been shadowing him or bracketing him in coverage. It'll be interesting to see what Elgin does. Medill left him on an island. Out of all the things, you'd think they would have watched some film. But we'll get to that. Now, salad and soldier. Okay, Elgin, please cover your ears as we talk about all this stuff. You said as y'all came in that you've been watching film. Have you seen any tells on their side that hey, this is the direction they're going to run the ball, or is there any play action pass or anything like that you've noticed as y'all have watched film?
Yeah, it's more formations that we know. Like if they run it's like a 2 tight end with the wide receiver, they're going to run counter, and then if they're in solo, they do just a bunch of just bull crap. Like they run waggle, or they run a tunnel screen almost. They're just kind of a formation tell.
Okay, now you picked up money, so we need you to pick up something big on Friday night, and we're
try.
believing it for you. We've gotten you a couple of touchdowns. Something good's happening Friday night. Noah, you got any get ready for the games type of thing? Any kind of superstitions or traditions?
I sleep on the way there.
Got to get that nap.
Yes, sir.
What if the game's to Blanchard and it's not very far?
Sit there, listen, and watch my phone. Entire bus ride there and back.
All right, not talking to anyone. You just locked in, you and Clash Royale or whatever.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Okay, I know you. All right, well, thank you so much, Mars Brothers, for joining us. We are doing the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show live from Victory Mattress Outlet. You're the winner here. You never want to pay retail on top brands again, so keep your money under the mattress. Sleep like a champ. Come to Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway, Rockwell, right by Subway, kind of right across from the big Target and Cane's and Taco Bueno and all that stuff. It's right there on the northwest corner of Northwest Expressway and Rockwell. We've got a couple other guests coming up. It's Ozzie Brown, Breck Brady. They're laughing so much. They're not very much locked in, so we're going to have to really give them a hard time as they come up. But stay with us on Facebook Live, thegospelstation.com, Sports and Talk. We'll be right back.
Lilygrass Flowers and Decor is rooted in rich history dating back to 1979 in the precious memory of Flowers by Roy. Alicia Rankins and staff have carried the commitment to only offer the finest, unique floral arrangements with same-day delivery locally and nationally. What you envision, we make reality at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor, 7101 Northwest Expressway. Call Lilygrass Flowers and Decor at 721-1813 and begin a new memory.
Your home and your car are more than just things. They're where you make your memories, and they deserve the right protection. At Blake Nightingale State Farm Insurance, well, he gets it, and that's why he's there. For your home, life insurance, car, and more, call Blake Nightingale 405-728-1313. Blake Nightingale State Farm Insurance, 7304 Northwest Expressway. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there. State Farm Insurance.
Got hair that needs some cutting? Head on down to Fresh Clips at 5915 Southwest 3rd Street. Fresh Clips can take care of everyone, young or old, and they offer beard trims, color treatments, wax and shampoo services, not to mention their senior discounts. Don't take your head anywhere else. Call Fresh Clips at 405-506-0956 and visit them at 5915 Southwest 3rd Street.
Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Riley, owner here at Victory Mattress Outlet, and my job is to help individuals get a quality night's sleep on our name brand mattresses for prices they can't afford. I have a great offer for you right now. If you go to this website, victorymattressoutlet.com/win, WIN, fill that form out, and you got a free coupon for a buy one mattress, get one 50% off. We look forward to seeing you. Have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show, live here streaming on the gospelstation.com sports and talk. We're also on Facebook Live. Thank you for tuning in. Share the link, get people the info they need to watch us. And of course, we're live and you can watch it, but you can also watch it throughout the week because you might want to catch up on what we're saying. And thank you for those that have tuned in during this week as well. We are at Victory Mattress Outlet, where your best night's sleep costs less. Okay, and they don't have just mattresses. They've got adjustable bases, pillows, protectors, bedroom furniture, even RV and custom sizes, plus delivery, assembly, and setup available. Happy Veterans Day to all those that serve. They have a big Veterans Day discount that's happening all week. You even get a free $25 pillow. All you have to do is show up. So come to Victory Mattress Outlet and tell them you're a veteran, and you will get a $25 pillow for free, which is pretty cool.
And they'll pay for your sales tax if you buy something. I mean, that's huge.
And 10%.
And
I mean,
10%.
You got a deal here at Victory Mattress Outlet. John Hickman, John Campbell. Now we're joined by guests Breck Brady and Ozzie Brown. Oh, boy. We got some of the guys that have to put their fingers in the dirt, you know? I mean, we got the big boys here right now. So Ozzie is a veteran. Breck, you've been on the show as well. Ozzie, how many times is it this season you've been on?
This is my third.
Third. Breck, this is your second?
Second.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start with Ozzie, the veteran. Ozzie, the Medill game. Last year, we'd heard some kind of humorous trash talk between Medill and us. They early on in the first quarter, we were blowing them out, and they started asking our guys, when is the second team coming in? And we're like, we're going to play out the whole first quarter and more. And they're like, no, bring in the second team. Were you hearing any kind of chatter there on the line with this group?
There was one point when I blocked the guy, and he got mad. And I said, I just have to do it for my grade. And he said, you guys still get grades. And I guess that's what 0-9 does to you, is my response to that. But, yeah, it was basically just us talking about their record. That was
Dang. You were going for the jugular.
It wasn't just me. It was the whole line.
You seem kind of quiet. Who's the most vocal?
Micah probably, or Stoley.
Okay. Well, Stoley, he should just be funny.
Probably. He's funny. Yeah.
So you were bringing up the record, but you were trying to explain, hey, I'm going to get graded out. I still got to play my best.
Yeah, I graded out worst again. Yeah.
We had you on, and we were talking about that. Who got the best grade?
Angel did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good job. We were hoping to pull you up, but it looks like you still.
I got a 90. If that makes it any better, but
okay.
The other guys got better grades than that. So.
Yeah, I mean, you walking out there should have been at least a 95. I mean, did you see your competition?
I mean, yeah. We scored on like 3 plays every time. So
Yeah. So how do you not get better than a 90? Did you get beat on a couple plays, or do you have a penalty on you? I don't remember that.
just a missed block that
Mhm.
will probably prove crucial this week.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah, we got to clean that up, right? Breck, do you get graded?
I think so.
Do you not even pay attention?
It depends. I get graded on with the lineman and with the wide receiver, so it's like 2.
Yeah. Well, let's hear the lineman grade.
Can't say I know. Can't say I looked at it. I know. I mean, I watched the film and stuff, but I'm not like one of the 5 linemen, so it's not as I have way less like responsibilities or like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's,
But they're gonna see every play that your responsibility is blocking, and they're gonna grade out on that.
yeah.
Ozzy, what do you think? You kind of were looking it up. I felt like.
He got a 94.
Oh, I
Okay.
got a 9 for it.
All right, there you go. That's pretty good.
That's not bad. So, were they trash talking y'all too, like back or just?
They really couldn't.
Yeah.
They didn't have much to build off of.
I can't say that I was talking trash to anybody. I don't really remember. I mean, it was more the O line, I guess.
Who's been the worst team to trash talk y'all or back and forth this year?
Chickasha had a couple annoying guys. Tuttle had some annoying guys.
Ardmore did. Ardmore had that one guy.
Ardmore did have some annoying guys. Yeah.
I heard Shiloh was pretty mouthy too.
Yeah, but there wasn't really much we could say back to them.
Right.
I don't really. Yeah. No one on Shiloh really talked. Mainly for me, Chickasha, Tuttle, and Ardmore. Those 3 were annoying.
I felt like the Tecumseh game was chippy. Was that one that I felt like was a little back and forth? Of course, they had an early lead.
They were at one point up by 6, and their defensive end started chanting scoreboard at Stoley.
Ooh, yeah,
And then we scored 35
42.
more points.
42 straight. What did Stoley say to it? Just back scoreboard.
He didn't say anything because we were losing at the time.
Yeah.
He said that, but I gave the guy a stern talking to.
We don't have to mimic that. Breck, one thing that I was impressed with the Medill game is that you didn't play down to the competition, and we're kind of being lighthearted about it, but you guys, I thought, played in sync, executed well, came out and took care of business. Was that the mindset going into it?
Yeah, for sure. We were wanting to play versus Tecumseh and Medill. We know those are 2 very winnable games, and we just needed to show up and do what we needed to do, so we had to get feeling for playoffs.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, what are y'all looking for this week? Like, it's going to be a totally different than what y'all played the last 2 weeks, but y'all have also played some very tough teams this year. So I feel like, y'all got some experience to get against big offensive lines and fast defensive lines. And what are y'all expecting from them this week?
This week, well, we've been watching film and stuff. They run a lot of weird stuff on offense or on the defensive side for us. Really just focusing on every man doing their job, and I think we'll be able to fit up and make plays. And then on offense, it's just their defense. We got a couple new things that we're doing that I think will work, so I'm excited.
Coach Arthur mentioned Medill had a couple formations that would maybe help actually prepare us against Elgin coming up. There was a couple weird formations where they would have everyone bunched together and a couple up back. What are some of the unique things that you've seen from Elgin thus far in the season?
They have 2 tight ends on the left side of the center, and then they bring their guard and tackle from that side and put them on the other side, and then they run a stretch out of that. That was kind of weird, but
Is that a regular formation, or did they just show that a couple times?
I think it was like 11 times that they have it, and they
Okay.
ran the same play every time.
Yeah. All right. Now, are coaches ever, do they play the game a little bit where they show it 11 times, but then it's going to be a play action pass out of there? Or are coaches pretty much, if it's always this formation, this is what they're going to do, and they're not really trying to trick us? What do you find with that? Coach Arthur's really paying attention here.
There's always the possibility. Like, we practice for everything that could possibly happen, but we've really been focusing on that formation, that play. But who's to say what can be happening out of that formation?
Like, Breck, for you, has there been a play this year? There's a formation that we pretty much always do something out of, but then we've thrown a little wrinkle into it.
On defense?
No, offense.
On offense?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like a lot of times where we do one thing over and over and over again, we might add something to where when they do like when they react to it, we like say slip me and I go, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a couple of plays this week that I think that they'll be so used to us doing where it'll catch them off guard when we change it up.
Yeah. I feel like for you, Breck, halfway through the season or maybe early on, I started seeing two guys just locked in on you. And then the next game, same thing. Next game, same thing. It's like, all right, everyone's kind of watching this, and they're going to put two on you. They're going to shadow you. Have you kind of noticed an intentional focus on you, and does that frustrate you, or you're like, hey, mad respect, I'm still going to score this on you?
For me, well, if they have two guys on me, I know somebody else is hopefully going to be open, so I'm just trying to do whatever we need to do to score. But whenever they do have one person on me, it's great because I feel like I can always make the play. I got the height advantage, you know, so.
Yeah, you definitely have the height advantage. How do we get this speed up? I'm seeing a little times where it's like you like to run over guys. When are we going to start running by them?
Or are you talking about like on routes or like when I get it?
No, when you get it, typically. You catch it and then there's a little like, all right.
There's like contact though when I get it. So I'm normally trying to stiff arm or run over somebody. But
Yes, I see that quite a bit.
On defense, too, it seems like you're double teamed a lot or being held almost on every play. Do you ever like talk to the refs like, are you not seeing this?
Actually, versus Tecumseh, I asked the ref. I was like, after they held me and he threw the flag, I asked him. I was like, and he pointed at the flag right before I was even gonna talk to him. I didn't even realize he threw the flag, but they definitely do. But it's not like anything crazy. When it's obvious, the refs call it. But
yeah, it seems like it happens a lot. So, Ozzy, they've got a good defensive line. What are y'all? I mean, prepared? I guess I'm just like, how do y'all prepare for that? Because they've got some size on y'all.
We've been getting the best scout team available we have. So varsity guys that play defense, they're going up against us every day, and we really work. Like yesterday they won. Today we definitely won, but we're just trying to work against the best guys we have.
Friday, are you going to play more center or more guard?
Guard.
Okay. So you've kind of really settled into that. Tell us when you're going into a game, the differences in your prep work as a center and as a guard.
Well, I prepare as both. I still go out with the centers and quarterbacks and wide receivers when they go out there in the second period. And then when I come back out as a guard, and I play guard for the rest of the day. But I still am always ready to play center.
And one thing I think Brody has done it really well, I think we've talked about it a lot of times, McLaren has really improved through the season in his management of the game, being more comfortable, just handling the offense better. Really good, I think, with the snap count cadence, trying to get guys to jump off sides. You're really kind of known for faking falling over. Are we going to get to see that Friday night? That's what the people want to know. Are we going to get to see you draw someone off sides and just fall over?
That's the hope, but it'd probably have to be alpha linebacker blitz because they're in a 3-man. So.
Okay, yeah. Well, maybe we can get that linebacker to jump early, and that would be awesome. We want to see it, and we need a signal. We've come up with some different signals for some of the guys after they score. Like X, what did X do for us? He gave us a big thumbs up after scoring, and that was for us, and he did it in the game, and so he gets extra points. When you fall over, I need to look to we'll be on the visitor side. What are you going to give us? What signal?
I can give y'all a big old point, like a
point.
Like that way.
We like the point.
Yeah,
right.
That'd be good.
We'll take the point. This is a Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. John Hickman, John Campbell. We're live from Victory Mattress Outlet. Breck, you're a sophomore, and can't help but to notice we're starting to pick up some D1 offers. You're traveling a little bit, too. If anyone doesn't follow him on X, formerly known as Twitter, follow him at Breck Brady. You have a number with it? Just at Breck. Man, you got a cool name that no one else has it. I mean, that's pretty cool. So at Breck Brady, and we've got Texas Tech, we've got Kansas State, Arkansas. Are those the three offers? And you've taken some official visits or unofficial visits?
Unofficial visits.
Okay, and you've been to Lubbock, Texas a couple times. I mean, we're kind of getting tired of the tortilla stuff, and you visiting over there with the Red Raiders, even though they are having a great season this season. We still got to get to Norman. We'll talk about that. But you've got some bloodlines there. However, your sister's going to Kansas State, too. I mean, there's a lot of connections you got going on. What are the next visits ahead?
So as of right now, I only have one scheduled. I'm going to the Arkansas-Missouri game at the end of the month, but a lot of times, like, I won't know if I'm getting invited to, like, the week of, so I might have more that I'm going to. But I've gone to the last 4 weekends. I've gone to games. So this weekend I'm gonna be off. It'll be nice to sleep in on Saturday. It's been an 11 a.m. game every week, so.
So a lot of us have not got to experience what it's like to be on a visit to a college campus and be recruited and get an offer. What are these? Tell us a little bit what the teams are doing to kind of woo you.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. So on the game day invites, I go to the game, right? So Texas Tech, I've been twice. I go talk to the coaches, eat. And then it's really cool just being able to be on the field and watch the team warm up. Sometimes you get to talk to players and then just watch the game. And, I mean, it's just a great experience to be able to go and do that and not have to really pay for it. But
So after you get back from Medill, it's almost midnight. Then you got to get up early in the morning to get on a flight to.
And drove. We drove to
Y'all
Lubbock.
drove to Lubbock. Okay.
It was like 4.5 hours after Medill. It was a long night.
And when you're there, with NIL, they don't have to hand you envelopes with cash anymore. They can just give you straight. Is that what's happening?
Well, I'm not actually allowed to talk to any coaches about that till I'm a junior. So I won't really know yet. So
Okay, you're already thinking about backing that truck up with the money, huh? Is that what you're thinking about, Breck?
no, not yet.
Okay.
Not there yet.
Yeah. We've got some time to go. Are you thinking at the next level more offensive side of the ball as tight end or on the D end?
As of right now, tight end, because all three of my offers are for tight end, but I love playing defensive end, so I'm obviously open to that. I love them both right now. I don't really know yet, to be honest. I'm gonna go to both. I'm gonna go to D line and tight end camps this summer, so we'll see.
We got to get to Coach Arthur in a minute, but I didn't get to interview you the first time you're here, so I still got a couple questions because I feel like this season your game-changing ability maybe has been more on the defensive side where you've been so disruptive. Sometimes a one-man wrecking crew with quarterback pressure, sacks, but then you've been great at knocking the ball down, pass deflections at the line of scrimmage. Is that more natural or is that more coached?
I'd say I just take Coach Gonzalez does a great job teaching me. If I can't get to him, then might as well just use my length and get up there and make it harder for him to throw. And a lot of times where I'm at, they try to throw right over me, so it works out perfect.
And you're 6'6" right now?
Yeah.
By the way, he hurt his shoulder dunking a basketball before a game. How dumb is that, right? I mean,
If I could, I'm sure I'd hurt myself too. So, I do want to ask y'all both, what do y'all listen to while y'all are getting ready for games? Is there anything, or are y'all just like meditating, or what do y'all do right before the game?
You can answer that first.
I go worship music.
Yes,
I love me, my worship music playlist that my mom put together.
Wait, hang on. Did you just say I love me?
Yeah. Yeah, I love my worship music. My fault.
I was like, which worship? Are we worshiping God or Ozzy during this
No,
time?
My playlist. My playlist.
Okay, and is your playlist called Me?
No.
Okay, who do you got on that playlist? Because I love some worship music. I love me some worship music as well.
Let me get it for you.
Okay. While he's looking, Brooke, who are you listening to?
A lot of times I'm not even allowed to even listen to music, but I also listen to worship music or just I don't really like I'm not really like try to get super hyped before the game. I just kind of listen to whatever, but a lot of times they're playing stuff in the locker room, so
Like Hillsong, Elevation Worship.
Okay, yeah.
Like all that stuff.
It's good.
Like, I love it.
Yeah.
Like,
if you had to guess what Coach Arthur's listening to, what would it be?
probably some heavy gangster rap.
Brett, do you second that?
honestly, I have no idea. Just something older, something that I haven't ever heard.
Something from back in his day, probably around in the 30s.
30.
That pre-World War II stuff that he likes.
Have you heard of CeCe Winans?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Holy
Josh, oh my goodness. Well, thegospelstation.com would be a perfect fit for Coach Arthur then here. Oh my goodness. Campbell, you got anything else?
No, I was just curious about that. So thanks, you guys. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm hoping it's not your last game.
We
Don't think it will be either.
we don't think it will be either.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
We're going to take care of business. It'll be fun to see what happens next. It really is. You got nothing to lose, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they're the defending champs. Everyone else on paper's already scratched out Bethany and moved on Elgin, but this could be the chance to to shake things up, and that this group could do it. Before we get out, because I did bring up your father, and I didn't explain. Most people know your dad's Ricky Brady, played at OU. Do you tell about his NFL experience? What all he get to do?
He got drafted by the Rams. I don't even know when. Somewhere in the 90s. And 94. And then he bounced around in the NFL and then played in the XFL for I think 1 or 2 years, and then retired in like 2001, I think.
Now his college days were at OU. His daughter has gone away, is kind of like the prodigal. She's going off to Kansas State. Do you feel like there's some pressure to kind of follow his lead, or is he pointing you any direction as you think about your next career in football?
Not at all. No, it's all up to me where I want to go. He doesn't really care, but definitely we're OU fans. Like I love OU. Like I watch them every week. But as far as like going somewhere, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
So if Texas offered, would you go? Like, man, I just couldn't do it.
Like on a visit or like
no, like if they offered you a scholarship or whatever, like here's your offer, come to Texas.
If I loved it, I mean, if I liked it, I'm not like against any school.
It's burnt orange though.
Yeah, I mean. I don't love I don't like Texas, but if I went on a visit there and I liked it, I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
You don't know till you go on an official visit. Really.
If the Lord wants you to be a missionary there for some odd reason, that'll be good. And I mean, I got to get one more in before we go to break. I've heard actually you're not the best Brady at football, and that we could even take out your dad, obviously, but. I'm hearing rumors that there's a 7th grader out there named Rocky Brady that probably could run circles around you and is ultimately going to be the better football player. Thoughts?
Yeah, not true, but he's pretty good. Right now, he doesn't have me yet. He's pretty good right now for 7th grade. But
he's already dunking. You weren't dunking in 7th grade.
I did have all right. No excuses, but I did shatter my ankle in 7th grade.
That is an excuse.
I mean,
that's a pretty good one.
I heard Rocky could shatter both ankles and still dunk.
He's good. Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to be great, but he hasn't passed me yet. We'll see. I bet he will though one day. It'll be a while.
Yeah. Oh, Ozzy, you've seen Rocky up close, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts? Weigh in real quick before we go to break.
I think he wears 12 for Tom Brady, and he definitely moves like TB12 did.
Well, he has no moves then. Tom Brady couldn't move.
But I love Break, so I'd have to give Break the edge on that one.
Okay. Well, it'll be fun.
He's got so much potential. It'll just be how hard he wants to work for it. He can go wherever he
wants.
Probably.
Okay. There we go.
Whatever sport. He'll be good.
Good words there. We'll end on that. Thank you so much for joining us. We're not done with the show, though. We've still got Coach Arthur coming up. This is a Bethany Broncos Coaches Show live from Victory Mattress Outlet. We'll go to break and coming back with the head coach, Coach Arthur.
At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our third Friday weekend specials every month, and yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
Stan's Plumbing is your locally owned, full-service, licensed, and bonded plumbing company, proudly serving the Oklahoma City Metro for over 30 years. Stan's provides all types of plumbing services like faucet and toilet repairs, sewer repair, and trenchless pipe replacement, water heater repair and installation, both tank and tankless, plus drain cleaning and jetting. All plumbers arrive with fully stocked trucks and can resolve your plumbing problems in a timely manner. Since 1988, Stan's Plumbing has held itself to a higher standard in plumbing. Call 405-721-5100 to schedule your appointment. Stan's Plumbing, Valley service in a dirty business. 405-721-5100.
Step up to the next level at Coyote Pond, home of the $20 FFL transfer. Coyote Pond at 5804 Northwest 63rd and MacArthur makes the difference in customer service with a selection of just about everything with top dollar loans and rock bottom prices. Locally owned and operated, Coyote Pond is the destination headquarters for Bethany, Yukon, and Oklahoma City, and the home of the $20 FFL transfers. Call 405-470-7999 or go to coyotepond.com. That's 405-470-7999 and coyotepond.com.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods.
Welcome back to the Bethany Broncos Coaches Show. John Hickman, John Campbell, and John Arthur. I love this segment of the show because it's all Johns. That's the best part right here. So we are live from Victory Mattress Outlet. They've got options for every budget, for quality 10-inch budget beds, perfect for kids, guests, or lake houses, to high-end hand-built luxury mattresses that last for years. Also, big happy Veterans Day to all those that have served our country, and they have a great special going on for veterans. You can't beat it. First, you get a free $25 pillow just from coming into the store. They'll pay for your sales tax this week, and you get 10% off. Now, that is always ongoing, 10% off for veterans, but the sales tax and the free pillow this week only. So come by Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway, and Rockwell. Right across from some cool places. One of those is Taco Bueno. Thanks for the food tonight from Taco Bueno. I think there was something we needed to say just after we win. Come celebrate at Taco Bueno, something like that. So they've got, I love the whole lot of platters and the party burritos and party tacos, all good stuff. Campbell, we've got head coach Arthur here. What would you want to ask the head ball coach?
Well, I kind of want to know what your opinion is of the Medill game. How did it go? Was there anything that you were like, I mean, they played so well. I was just like, what were you looking? Was there anything that you're like, we needed to improve on this?
No, I mean, I really think it was a pretty complete night for us as far as what we wanted to do. I think we, the week before against Tecumseh was a game we ended up doing a lot of good things, but it just took us a while to get there, and so wanted to certainly be disciplined enough to come out and do it from the start, and we were able to do that. On both sides of the football, and that was good, and made some plays, some big plays. Defensively did a nice job, with the exception of the first play of the game where we
like their only first down though.
Didn't get one guy lined up over there, kind of to what they did, but other than that, lined up to all their crazy stuff pretty well, and did some good things, and adjusted to some of their motion stuff where they were shifting and throwing the bubble out there, which is some stuff we hadn't seen from them. So guys did a good job adjusting to those things.
Yeah, a lot of times high school football or any sport can kind of come down more to Jims and Joes and X's and O's and just the players that you have. And obviously Medill has a lack of talent or depth, and maybe even we could say both, but you have to be so proud of your team, and we talked about this with some of them, that they didn't play down to that competition, that they did what they were supposed to do. And you mentioned a couple maybe miscues on defense, but overall, especially on offense, just clicking right now and did what they needed to do and executed well. You had to have been very happy with that.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it for a couple of weeks. Just those guys up front on the O-line have really, we've kind of run the football very successfully. Even back to games where we didn't play as well on the defensive side against Hera and Ardmore. Those are nights we had over 200 yards rushing, I think, both nights. And those guys have continued to just to do a nice job, and guys in the backfield doing well also.
So the regular season ends, and it had to feel good to get a bunch of guys minutes and celebrate. Was after the game more a sense of relief because it's been such a hard up and down season, or celebratory, or just, hey, let's turn the page and get ready for playoffs?
I think in our situation, just kind of where we've been as a program, we've obviously had a bunch of really successful years, and so as coaches, we're ready to move on. Certainly, let the kids enjoy it a little bit, but I think. Coming in, the situation we were in probably made it where that game wasn't a district game, just because of Medill forfeiting earlier in the year against Tecumseh. That probably made a little more. We were turning the page pretty much right then and getting moved on. But like you said, it's good to get those guys like Noah and those young guys some reps, and they did some really good things on both sides of the ball as well.
So this week we go into playoffs, go to Elgin. We talked about last week kind of the road experience being a positive, having the team longer, kind of being able to help them get locked in, ready to go on Friday night. obviously this would most people would pick against Bethany in this game. With this, the defending state champs, 10-0, haven't lost a game all season, and coming off of a state championship. How do you communicate this week with the team? Is this let's go shock the world, or hey, we have an experience with them in the preseason and the scrimmage, or hey, play loose? I'm just kind of curious your direction and communication.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, for us is, we talk all the time. It's kind of a word we talk about in the summer is just, the power of belief. And if you're going to go in there and do what you need to do, from the moment we start preparing this last weekend until Friday at 6:59, our minds, we believe that's going to happen, and you have to prepare that way, and you have to play that way, and you have to, on the bus ride down, you're focusing up on that. And so that's kind of our goal, and kind of what we preach to our guys is you got to believe. And that's a word we use all the time in our program. I think back to when Bethany football was 0-10 when I was in middle school. Coach Little came in, and that's really all he did with this program. With the same group of guys, they made the playoffs the very next year after an 0-10 season, and it was just belief, and it was the way that if you practice and you prepare and you play with that mindset, a lot of good things can happen, and we certainly still do that to this day.
The one good thing is that y'all really, the injuries that y'all have had, nothing really the last few weeks has added into that. I mean, you do have a couple of big people that are going to miss just because they're out for the season. But how's the health of the team? I mean,
yeah, like you said, with the exception of those couple that are kind of done for a long period of time, we've got pretty much everybody back and healthy that we've had kind of banged up from that. Really kind of seemed like that Chickasha night we lost a couple, Blanchard we lost a couple more, and then Tuttle a couple more, and so we've kind of just gradually gotten, I think, about all those guys back. So as healthy as we've been in quite a while.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask what I know last week we kind of talked about this too, that they kind of play. They're not going to show you a whole lot of different stuff, but they've got a pretty good defensive line, offensive line. So, like, what are you? Are they just going to run the ball, try to run y'all over, or how do you expect them to kind of come out on Friday night?
It's obviously hard to say, and we're going to prepare, like you guys were talking earlier about preparing for the unknown, and we've certainly got some of those things that we're preparing for just in case. But I think if kind of looking back at big games they've played, the games they played last year in the playoffs and in the state championship game, when it comes down to it, they're a team that is going to rely on their strength, and that's their offensive defensive line. They're going to hand it to their 2,000-yard rusher from a year ago, and he may be over 2,000 already this year or getting close to it. They haven't run him quite as much, just trying to keep him healthy. But those are guys that are big time playmakers for them up front and handing it to the tailback, and so that's what they're going to do in a big game, and so that's certainly our first focus on stopping them.
And y'all didn't really play any. I don't want to say easy teams, but I mean, even in your non-conference games, y'all played some very tough teams with Jones and Shiloh Christian. Is that kind of like your team knows what it's like to go up against bigger boys and faster, stronger, all,
I mean, that's kind of why we do it. And so hopefully that definitely we can draw some strengths from that. And I think I was looking on Max Preps the other day, and I think we had the hardest strength of schedule in Class 4A on their little, whatever the mathematical scale is that they rank strength of schedules by, we had it by a long shot over anybody else in Class 4A. And so, hopefully that plays into it down the road. We've kind of been through some hills and some valleys, but you just, you got to keep pushing forward and keep improving every week.
I know you don't want to let out some information, maybe play it a little close to the vest, but is this a game that you open up the playbook and you try anything and everything, or have you guys kind of seen maybe a chink in their armor to attack?
Well, it's definitely a game. I mean, you don't hold anything back in terms of what you've got in your arsenal, and so definitely some risk to be taken on the defensive side. I know that will. There's some of those formations where you're going to see a formation that they are 100% doing one thing and it's something they've done throughout the year, yeah, there may be some risks you take to kind of stop what they want to do. Certainly offensively, it's obviously got to be something you've repped and are comfortable with, and it's not going to cause a big play in the other direction if you screw it up. And so all those things. And then, the special teams game is certainly going to be important in the playoffs. If you've got, I would think both teams are going to have some special things in the special teams game as you can obviously turn a game in the specialty teams. And so just making sure you're prepared for those.
Are you being aggressive in this game? Are you more of a feel of how the game's going, or are you already kind of pre-planning, hey, those 4th and 3s, no matter where we are, or if we're on the plus side of the field, if we're in enemy territory, we're going for it, or are those decisions made in the moment?
Probably, I'm a little more of an in the moment guy. I've just never. I know analytics and all that kind of stuff is a big deal in college football and stuff now. And there are some things that data and analytics are good at and some things they're not. And I sometimes think that's so much dependent on, if you've got a 4th and 1 in your own territory, well, have you been running the football? Have you been successful running the football? What do they do on those downs? Do you feel good about something? And so it, just relating it back to kind of how that game's going is definitely important. How's your defense playing at that point? And so there's just so many questions that, I'm more of an in the moment guy, as opposed to, kind of planning that out or just looking purely at the data says you're going to make this 60% of the time. And so just kind of seeing how the big picture looks.
How much of a voice did the other coaches have with that? Is that like a team type of, as a coaching team, you've talked about it, prepped it through the week, or someone kind of in your ear saying, Coach, I think we can get it, make this call? Or
No doubt. I mean, it's always something, obviously most of those calls come when you've got the football. And so, I'm always switching over to the defensive channel at that point, and got a lot of guys on that defensive side. Coach Morgan, Coach Gonzalez, Coach White. I mean, these guys have coached a lot of football, and so I almost always flip over and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about this right here. What do you guys think?" Or always do that. If you're down, hey, we kicking a 36-yarder here, or are we going for it on 4th and 2? What are we thinking? And so I always take input from those guys for sure.
Is there one of the coaches they're always going to be aggressive? They're just going to say go.
Believe it or not, Coach Forster is is an aggressive one.
Okay.
He's kind of a special teams guy, and so he likes to do, be aggressive on that kind of stuff. Coach Morgan's kind of would roll the dice a little bit too.
Okay.
Coach Gonzalez kind of my level-headed guy, been doing it a long time, and so they've all definitely got their own kind of little personality to it.
Yeah. That's fun. Well, this season there's more to be written for sure. The regular season ending at 5-5. Are you going to have any kind of key memories or moments from the regular season that will stick with you because you've been coaching for so long? But anything over this just regular season that's going to stick out to you?
Well, I think obviously the beating Blanchard that night was a huge deal, and
awesome.
It was kind of a week that we'd been through. That Chickasha game kind of beat us up as much as anything, injury-wise, and just kind of what we had to overcome there, and then some injuries during that Blanchard game. And so, I think the adversity they fought that week was big, and I think maybe just that was kind of a microcosm of the whole year, as far as you just had some things not go our way at all times, and you mix that with having 2 or 3 starters back on both sides of the ball, and just having to a lot of guys kind of learning how to play. It can have some, like I said earlier, there's some hills and valleys to it, but you just keep plugging away and getting better. And the kids have, I told our seniors as they did their last week, what I was doing, let them walk around the field, and every kid spaces out on the yard lines, and they get to take one last walk around the field, and they say something. They get to say something to all those to the younger kids. And I was able to tell those guys, like, it was like, you look at guys like Seth and Chase and Jagger and Marcos and all those guys. I mean, they're just Teehee. They play their tails off on every snap on Friday nights, regardless of the circumstances. Just see those guys giving all they've got.
Yeah, I've been real impressed with your seniors this year. This is another one that I've probably talked to you about this a little bit. Any chance Tuttle and Blanchard move up to 5A, or do y'all hear about that, or is that?
Yep, I think we're going to be in between years right now, and kind of how the process works is schools turned in what's called their ADM on October 1st. That's their average daily membership, and on October 1st they turn it in, and that's actually turned into the State Department of Education. That's how your school funding is built, and so you're getting funding based on the number of kids, and so it has to be an accurate number. Here in January, those numbers will get released. They'll get released to the OSSAA. OSSAA will release those to the member schools, and we'll kind of go through. It'll be about a 2 or 3 week process starting at our winter clinic, where they will start putting districts together. And at that point, you obviously know who's gone up and down. So sometime in January, we should find out. Obviously, Newcastle was a big one that we always played. They've already gone up. I think Blanchard's the next closest one. Elgin, I think has the biggest enrollment in 4A. I think Blanchard was second or third. And so I know Elgin already, they think they're going up. And Blanchard, I think, is pretty close. Tuttle's still, I think they're still in the 75 to 80 students down the list. They're in the top 10 for sure, and obviously growing. So we'll probably go at some point, but I don't see Tuttle going up the next time around. Maybe not even Blanchard, just depending on what their numbers look like.
Is it every 2 years they look
every
at that?
2 years? Yep. So whatever districts get set in January will be set for 2 years.
And does someone come down?
Yep, they'll obviously be knocking somebody down. So there's going to be some schools that are there in the bottom half of 5A that end up coming down. Like I know, looking at the ADMs right now, all the numbers we have right now are from the end of last school year. But there's some schools there, like a John Marshall is one that I think is the bottom or next to bottom team in 5A. There's going to be some teams there come down. It's looking like some of them might be on the east side of the state. Which they've already got 16 schools over there. So that's going to be interesting how districts end up shaking out on that.
Because, yeah. So y'all don't have Medill in your district every.
Correct. And like Medill's one, they're actually, I think we're 5 from the bottom in class 4A. I think there's only 4 schools with a smaller enrollment than us. Because we're at about 550 and 4A goes up to about 800 students. That's what Elgin's like 790. And I think Medill is maybe the bottom. So they're one that I think will probably end up back in 3A. And so, again, you got people coming up from there as well, just kind of as those lines fluctuate.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We're out of time. We're excited to see what our Broncos do on Friday night, pulling for the big upset against the defending state champs. They're undefeated, but they could get their first loss on Friday night. It's going to happen, right?
Yeah, and if I can, let me just say, on Veterans Day here, Coach Baird on our staff, our old Navy chief, now working with us. I want to say Veterans Day to him and all those serving out there. Had a great assembly at school today. So
that's awesome.
Just want to say thanks to Coach B on that.
Awesome. Well, happy Veterans Day to all who served, and a great segue, Coach, to Victory Mattress Outlet, where we are, and we're wrapping up, but they have a great Veterans Day special this whole week. You get a free $25 pillow if you just show up. So please come in, say hi. They'll take care of your sales tax this week as well. And you get a 10% discount here for being a veteran. Victory Mattress Outlet, you're the winner here. Northwest Expressway, 7101 Northwest Expressway, on right there on Rockwell. That's where we are. Rockwell, Northwest Expressway. Across the expressway is Taco Bueno, and they provided our food tonight. I want to give a shout-out to Taco Bueno as well, and all of our great sponsors. Thank you for tuning in. It's been John Hickman, John Campbell, and thank you, head coach John Arthur, and all of our guests. Until we see you Friday night at 6:30 for our pregame show and 7 o'clock for the game, God bless.